Hey there everybody, this is Johnny here bringing you another episode of my Vainglory gameplay. I'm trying to churn this video out as quickly as I can, so once again, thank you so much for watching this video and watching all my other videos if you have, and please feel free to leave a comment if you feel that I can do better in any way. So like I said, this is my Vainglory gameplay, and then this time round I'm going to be using Skye. Now I know Skye has received a bit of a nerf in 1.14, so I mean in terms of crystal power, Skye, she's definitely been nerfed, and so I decided, hey, maybe Skye is now better in weapon power, because they did buff up her weapon power ratio when it comes to a forward barrage. So I'm very interested to see how it fares up like in the real game, and especially against like main lane bullies like Saw in this case. So I really want to see how it's like. So I start off with a book of eulogies. I mean, that's the wise thing to do when you're up against a Saw, to be honest. The Saw will just keep poking at you. You're gonna need to find some way to sustain yourself in lane, otherwise you're gonna be forced to retreat, and he might end up pushing your whole turret down. So whenever you're up against Saw, it's always a good idea to get a book of eulogies. So yeah, here I am in lane, and I'm just doing my normal farming. I'm paired up together with a Koshka as well as an Arden, which is great because Koshka is really strong early game. So I'm hoping to use her her early game strength to kind of ward off the Saw. Otherwise, if we're all late game comps, we're gonna be so dead against the Saw. So let's see how it goes, guys. So I believe, in case you guys missed out on it, the forward barrage now on Skye, if you were to go weapon power, and if you were to go to overdrive her A ability, which is the forward barrage, it gives you now a much larger weapon ratio, as well as ability to crit your damage when you overdrive it. So it can give a lot of damage. So for this kind of build, for weapon power build, what you're trying to concentrate on is to overdrive that A ability first, and always using your A ability as your main damage dealer. Whereas if you were to go CP, then your main damage dealer could be, in fact, all three of your abilities. So basically now you just really want to just focus on getting the right angle and using your entire forward barrage on your enemy. That's basically how it goes. Of course, you can still use your B and C abilities to reposition yourself or to reposition the enemy, for you to use your forward barrage. So that's basically the gist of it. And having an Arden in my team is going to be great in terms of team comp, because Arden will be able to give me the Vanguard if I were to go in with my forward barrage, because it's kind of dangerous if you're locked into one enemy and you're just doing that forward barrage and you're trying to stick to your enemy. You are quite susceptible to being attacked, to be focused on by the other enemies. So you always want to be able to be guarded by your support. In this case, Arden is great because he can give me the Vanguard. Oh, okay, so I'm here in lane, and I'm like, okay, I'm a bit spooked out because now the three of them are in lane, right there at the bush. So I'm just waiting. Glaive is just waiting to do that after burn on me. I can almost feel it. So but they don't know I can see them until, of course, Arden then trips the scout trap, and I see my Arden in trouble there. So I go in for the fight, and I put a 4 barrage onto a Glaive. As you can see, Koshka helped a lot in bursting him down as well. So great job by Koshka there. So we're now in a position for us to push a bit further. I'm putting down my 4 barrage again, and a nice one there by Koshka again to finish off Saw. And I'm trying my best to position myself to take out the Arden as well, but because if you're on the 4 barrage, it's not exactly the easiest of skills to land. You need to get the right angle. So here I am just poking away at Arden, trying to push the lane, put the pressure on them as much as I can, while I let my teammates go get the farm in the jungle. Seems as though they're doing pretty okay actually. They got Glaive down to really low. Once again, that's the power of Koshka early game. And Arden is in a bit of trouble here, so I need to come in to kind of like help them out. And we go in to push the enemy Saw, we take him out, and I get myself into a bit of trouble as well, but we're able to kite this Arden out, and I finish. I think I do. Yeah, I finished the Arden off. So it's a pretty good fight for us still. So once again, this is only me with a weapon blade as well as a eulogies. But of course now I have upgraded that into a heavy blade, heavy steel, something like that. Yeah. So now I'm able to do even more damage. So look out. So here I am, just once again pushing the lane as fast as I can, because you know Saw is just gonna go and like my lane will be gone in no time. The minions are gone in no time. And Saw has the ability to really just get so much farm in such a quick time. So you need to keep up with him, otherwise you're in trouble. So I put down my ultimate there just to make sure that if he's going to retreat, he'll be landing in that ultimate. But fortunately, he escaped. I mean, unfortunate for me, but yeah, he managed to dodge that very narrowly though. So I'm done clearing my lane, so I can just go down and purchase some stuff. Let's see what I'm gonna get now. I think, yeah, I want to get some scout traps because I wanted to just put it there at the top bush, just in case I see the enemy trying to gank me from my own bush. So just just for precaution. And I can see that our team is engaging down there, so I'm going down to help out. This is a bit of a standoff over here. We can see them in our bush, but they took all our scout traps, and Vision's about to run out. And we just like, okay, what do we do now? So I decide, okay, if they're not coming, I'm just gonna clear the lane. So I'm gonna put the pressure back on them again. So okay, so all's clear. Nothing happened in the end of the day. I think maybe some of the farm was stolen, but at least we didn't get killed. So I see Saw there in lane trying to push, and I'm gonna go back up again to just make sure that he stays there and he doesn't get too close to the turret. Now when it comes to Saw, you just really don't want him anywhere near your turret. He's gonna melt the turret down so quickly. And you know what, the thing about him is that he just needs a heavy steel or something like that to really do so much more damage than anyone else in the game. Even though he could have a heavy steel, you can have a sorrow blade, but he'll be dealing much more damage than you. So you just really want to keep him at bay and try to limit his farm if possible at all. I mean, at this point in time, it's already so hard to even get close to him. Anyway, my team is in the battle right now. They are in the gauntlet, so it's hard for me to get in. But finally, when the gauntlet goes down, I go in with my ultimate and I burst down the glaive, and now I'm bursting down the Arden, and we run back for Saw. Actually, we don't, but we do try to take out the mine here. Take note that Saw is still around. He can steal this farm anytime, which was going to happen very soon. Right there you go. So he stole the farm, and it was very unfortunate though, because we knew that he was around. We should have checked, and we didn't see him in lane. So we could have expected he was going for the farm. I was going to steal our gold mine for sure. So lesson learned. I think we were just too anxious into trying to complete the capture of the gold mine that we didn't really think that he would be able to get it before us. But we were totally wrong. We forgot that he had a shank. So, well, that's unfortunate, but it's okay. So, moving on, guys. We are now at the shop. We're getting ourselves a travel boots. Is it called travel boots now? Yeah, I think so. Yeah, and I just get some more scout traps and stuff like that. But actually, I should be focusing on getting my sorrow blade, to be honest. Well, okay, so that's Saw, and nothing's going on as of right now. Saw is not pushing the lane as much, so it's good for me. It's good news for me. Always keep him at bay. But I'm low on energy, so I need to really conserve my energy here. Actually, to be honest, if you're going for weapon power Skye, there's no need for you to really just go crazy on your abilities. However, I feel that for Skye, for her to really be at for her to really shine, you need to use her abilities. So anyway, here we are in another team fight. We take out both the Saw and the glaive. No, Arden, sorry. Saw and the Arden. It's a pretty good fight for us. We managed to melt the enemy down really quickly, especially thanks to Koshka right there. So yeah, so I'm just gonna go pressure the lane right now as much as I can. So unfortunately, my Koshka dies over there because she got hit back by glaive. And now I lost the momentum. I'm not able to push for lane. It's kind of a bad, well, bad outcome, I would say. So I'm going back to my base. I got a lot of gold now. I got 1,008. I can probably purchase something now. I was just like, oh, just 40 gold shy of a Sorrow Blade. But I finally get the gold. So okay, I get it. I think I sold something to get my Sorrow Blade. I sold my potions or something. Yeah, because I was like, oh, I really need this extra gold to get my Sorrow Blade here. All right, so here I go back into lane again, and trying to make sure that Saw doesn't get too near the tower. Like I said, I'm just trying to go in with some damage over there. See, he does hit me with the shank, which does hurt a little bit, but I think I did more damage to him than he did to me, so that's not too bad. Okay. And so here we are in for another fight. I just put down my ultimate to keep Saw away so that we can concentrate on Glaive over here. We do stun Glaive, we melt Glaive down, and now it's time for us to go for Saw as well as Arden. And we are able to take out the Arden. And of course at this point in time, Saw is really low. But we do focus on the turret instead of taking out Saw. We're just like, okay, let's focus on the turret, let's get our gold, that's what we really want. And we do in the end, so that's really good for us because usually Saw's team will be the one pushing and getting the turret first. But in this case, we are able to take out the turret first before him, and it puts us in a really good tactical advantage here. So here we are. I'm gonna be hit by Glaive here, but I managed to escape a little bit, and I put down the damage. Oh, but unfortunately I missed 4 barrage on Glaive. That was a waste because I was thinking he was gonna stay there, but fortunately for him, he escaped. So I'm gonna go back to base for the time being to just get some health and maybe perhaps to get some items as well, since after all we did take down the turret. So at this point, what I'm doing is that I'm trying to aim for a breaking point, because now that I have my Sorrow Blade, I should be doing enough damage, and together with the forward barrage, it should be easy enough for me to get stacks on the new breaking point. In case you guys don't already know, the new breaking point has been revamped in 1.14. Now it's not so easy to get your stacks. You need to deal at least a certain amount of damage before they give you a stack. I believe it's 125 for your first stack, and then subsequently for every stack an additional 5 damage or something like that. So basically, so it starts off with 125, then 130, then 135, and so on. So, but with a forward barrage, it's going to be quite easy, because if you land your entire forward barrage onto your enemy, it's going to be easy to really get the damage ramped up, and you get lots of stacks at the end of the barrage. Well, at least 5 to 6 stacks, I believe. So here we are in another battle. We take out the Arden, and Saw is just right there firing away and stunned by Koshka, which is great. That gives me the chance to finish him off, and we also finish off the Glaive for an ace. And now, so we're like, okay, we have the gold mine as well as the turret. So I was about to go down to help them with the gold mine, but Koshka told me to go back up to the turret, which is a good idea because you should always split up the jobs, especially if it's an ace. You always want to try to have 2 going for the gold mine, whereas 1 going for the turret, which is what we did, and they came back even to help me out with the turret after taking the gold mine, which is awesome. So we get a lot of money from this, and I'm aiming to push. Look at me, I have like 2,400 gold already. I could buy another tier 3 item, and then that's exactly what I want to do. I decide to go with a breaking point. There we go. So I'm focusing on damage first because I don't see that the enemies are giving me too much of a problem right now, especially with Koshka around to stun the enemies for me. They don't seem to pose too much of a problem at that point in time, which is why I decided to focus on getting damage items first. So here we are. So that's Arden focusing, just coming into the bush for face check. And our Arden goes in for a fight, and we go in as well. I'd lay down the ultimate onto the Saw, who runs away but gets stunned by Koshka there. We finish him off soon after, but Koshka is getting low, especially because of Glaive. I focus on Glaive instead, And Arden takes out our Koshka, but then we take out their Arden for another ace. So, and we take the gold mine. Oh, we don't. We push the lane again because that's a bit more value for money, I would say, because that way we get 300 gold instead of whatever the gold mine has right now, which is probably what, under 100. And anyway, the Kraken is out. So we go for the turret instead. I think we were able to burst it down before Saw came to do anything about it. Yep, we got it. So that was pretty good for us. And we now head to the jungle and we try to link up again with Koshka. I was trying to tell Arden to get out of there because they were just running behind him. So I decided to turn around to help him out as well. That probably was not a very good idea because after all, Saw was just right there. So I decided to kite around. I used my Suri Strike to turn away the other direction, and I want to go back in again, but then you can see right there, Saw runs into shank me, and I was like, I'm really low now. I gotta run, and I just try to port back, but then I see Koshka. She did her ultimate on somebody, so I think okay, it should be safe for me to go in again. And true enough, they finished off the enemies, and we got the ace. So that was really close there. Thanks for my repositioning on the Suri Strike, I was able to get out of the whole mess, especially away from Saw. And when Saw came in for the shank, I managed to just dodge somewhere, hide somewhere first until the whole coast was clear, and then I would come back in again and reunite with my team. Fortunately, I didn't have to port back, because if I did, then I would be wasting more time in coming to help them with the Kraken. And so now we are in a great advantage. So here we are, as you can see. Oops, sorry, I think the video stopped. Oh, okay. So we're now getting their minion mine. And we are next going to go up towards the lane, and this is going to be another interesting fight. So as you can see, Glaive was just right there waiting for us in the bush, and now we're going into another fight inside the enemy Arden's gauntlet, and this is not exactly a very good scenario. I do finish off the Glaive, but check out the Saw. I go in my full forward barrage right on him just to take him out. You can see how much it melted his life right there, and Arden went in for the kill, and then another forward barrage again on the Arden. As you can see, I'm really stacking up. I went up to 25 stacks on my breaking point, guys. 25 stacks. Yeah, I don't know if you saw that right there. You can replay the video if you want to. Thanks to all the 4 barrages and everything, I hit maximum stacks on my breaking point, and I was dealing so much damage. Even Arden with so much life and health, I was just melting him as well. So you can see for yourself the damage that weapon powered Skye can do if you know how to just get the whole entire A ability on your enemy. So there you go, that is the score, everybody. 23 kills to 6. I got 9 kills, perfect game for me. I didn't die in the match and got 11 assists. Great job by Koshka too. So that's the game, guys. Let me know what you think about weapon powered Skye. Whether you think she's viable now. Is she still not as good as the crystal powered Skye in this update? Let me know. I want to find out more about what you guys think, and I'll see you in my next video, guys. Take care and have fun playing Vainglory. Take care.